A man boards a bus. Multiple witnesses confirm his presence. The bus arrives at its final stop and his belongings are still on his seat, but he is nowhere to be found. No one saw him get off. No one saw anything suspicious. He simply vanished. This is the story of James Tedford, one of the most baffling disappearances in the infamous Bennington Triangle, an area in Vermont where people have disappeared without a trace for decades. Before we dive into the mystery of James Tedford, we need to understand the sinister reputation of the place he vanished, the Bennington Triangle. This region, centered around Glastenbury Mountain, has been home to strange disappearances, eerie folklore, and paranormal sightings for over a century. The area was once home to small logging and mining towns, but by the early 1900s, these settlements were abandoned. Today, the region is largely uninhabited, except for ghost stories, cryptid sightings, and of course its disturbing pattern of people vanishing without explanation. But among these disappearances, one case stands out as the strangest of them all, the case of James Tedford. James Tedford was a 68-year-old veteran living in a soldier's home in Bennington, Vermont. But before he disappeared, his life had already taken a strange turn. Before James vanished, his wife had mysteriously disappeared as well. When James returned home from serving in World War II, he expected to find his wife waiting for him. Instead, she was gone. The only clue was a meal left at the table. Residents saw her walking to a grocery store that day. Afterwards, she was never seen again. No one in town could tell him what had happened. It was as if she had been erased from existence. The home looked as if she had only stepped out for a few minutes. No one could have known that James would soon meet the same fate. On December 1st, 1949, Tedford boarded a bus in St. Albans, Vermont, heading back to Bennington. He was seen by at least 14 other passengers. Witnesses later swore under oath that Tedford was in his seat when they last saw him. As the bus neared Bennington, something unexplainable happened. When the bus pulled into its final stop, Tedford's seat was completely empty. His luggage was still on the rack. His bus timetable was neatly folded on his seat. There were no signs of struggle. Every single person who had been on the bus confirmed they had seen Tedford sitting there at some point during the ride. Yet when the bus arrived, he was gone. No one had seen him get off, and there had been no unscheduled stops along the way. The bus driver was stunned. No one had any answers. The only certainty was that James Tedford had boarded the bus in St. Albans, but he had never left it. How does a man simply disappear from a moving bus? Over the years, countless theories have emerged, but none can fully explain what happened to James Tedford. Some have suggested that Tedford may have had a mental breakdown and walked off the bus unnoticed, but this doesn't add up. Multiple witnesses swore he was still in his seat shortly before arrival. Others believe he could have been forcibly removed, but again, this would have been seen by other passengers. Some believe that Tedford's disappearance is tied to the paranormal phenomena associated with the Bennington Triangle. Could he have been taken by some unseen force, the same force that had already claimed the lives of others in the area? The region is notorious for vanishing hikers, bizarre lights in the sky, and even legends of interdimensional rifts. Some researchers believe Tedford may have walked through a window into another reality without even realizing it. Other theories suggest Tedford was abducted mid-transit. Was he taken by extraterrestrials? If so, why? And why would his belongings be left behind so perfectly undisturbed? To this day, James Tedford remains one of Vermont's strangest missing persons cases. His disappearance defies all logic. It is as if he ceased to exist mid-journey, vanishing into thin air while surrounded by people. No trace of him was ever found. No explanation has ever been proven. No one saw him leave. Was James Tedford's disappearance an act of the paranormal? A glitch in reality? A result of the Bennington Triangle's dark influence? Or is there a rational explanation we simply haven't uncovered yet?